show history, as a band, is pretty interesting. Most of our shows, for the most part, tend to be like DIY underground type venues. For the most part, they're not in like what you'd call like a legal venue. It's mostly like we've done a lot of basement shows, a lot of backyard shows. That's something that's like weirdly difficult to attain in the city, just because of noise complaints and stuff like that. With this new EP we've been working on, we've been kind of trying to make it a lot more fluid, and like we wanted to sort of keep the same idea of like what kind of band we are, but we wanted to like show that we're not a bunch of like high school kids anymore. Like we're like a real professional band, and we're all like real musicians that can actually play. So like that being said, all of the titles so far are all still like working titles. Like none of them, literally like most of the songs don't have words yet. They're all just like pretty much just chords and stuff like that right now, chords and melodies. So most of them have like titles, like one of them's called Section 2, another one's called Buzzer. One of them's literally called Great Sound, just because during like the process of songwriting, we're messing around with this like synthesizer, and then we just found this sound that was just like, it was just the best sound we'd ever made out of that synthesizer. This is the same synthesizer that we use for my band, but this is just mine. This is it's a microKORG. It's pretty crazy. You literally like can invent new sounds, which is super cool. It's just like, it's honestly like, it's literally like a computer, so it's kind of hard to use. My guitar, over here, I play a Agile 1300. It's like a copy Gibson model, copy Les Paul Gibson model. Yeah, bought it when I was visiting family in California. It's a pretty cheap guitar, gets the job done. This is my bass. It's a Epiphone copy, Gibson SG copy. I bought it when I was playing that show in Bennington. We were passing by this music store that Marlon likes up there, and I just saw it in there and was like, bass for $200, I'll send that any day. That's the thing, man. Music equipment is so crazy expensive. Like, it blows my mind. It's just like, it's kind of like a ridiculously unfair concept that like music is such a hard, like, sort of career route to make money in, but they still make it cost an insane amount. I guess like beyond music, art in general has just been sort of a thing that I have sort of been fascinated by and taken interest in. At home in the city, there was this weird phase where I got really into spray painting, and my mom wasn't too crazy about the idea of me, vandalizing stuff, so I asked her to buy me a bunch of canvases. And so she did, and so because I had all these canvases now, I was like, oh, might as well spend a weekend doing some art projects. And so I kind of found like I really like using like stencils when I spray paint. I like to work with heavy contrasts and like dark and light colors. I also like following this idea of like space. I don't know, there's something about circles that have a very like planetary energy to them, so it just kind of seemed like a natural route to go. Yeah.